kind of 19th century image of Africans playing drums with grass skirts and bones through their noses. Now, modern Africa isn't like that at all. But you've got that kind of image that he wants to put forward, and then he wants to make a more serious point about whether or not we should be sending as much international aid.
Yes, but it's the terminology. I mean, he does say, I think I read he said, oh, that's just phraseology that my generation used, but he said, well, you can't use it now.
There were words that you were able to use 50 years ago that nobody would use now. I mean, we developed the language.
He then tried to correct himself as well by saying sorry to somebody. He could have offended President Obama. I got that wrong as well, so I think...
Well, he did sorry last night. This morning he seems to be defending it again, so I'm not quite sure what he actually thinks about it.
And part of his image, the idea of tin pot dictators and things like that is backed up with some of the newspapers today with issues of some of these leaders of the country who will be implied that they've abused the use of money. They can spend money on fleets of Rolls Royces, apartments in Paris, all sorts of things. And should they not be given to their own people, first of all?
And it should.
And he will have sympathy for this.
And he does, because we're talking about £1 billion a month in a time of austerity. And there is an argument that it may be that international aid can do more harm than good. Because if you have an African economy which is relying on that, they won't then develop their own industries. And some industries in Africa have had to close down because of the conditions we in the West impose on them. So there is a debate, but it's a debate without this kind of language.
Yes, it's the language is the problem, isn't it?
No, there's talking about competition for money and the NHS. You can always have more, can always spend more. And the idea here is that the government is going to give £500 million to head off which care crisis particularly in A&E.
It's always good to hear somebody's getting money rather than cuts. That's good. But I mean, even the doctors are saying, is it a case of papering over cracks? Is it a short-term fix? For instance, more than 300,000 patients waiting longer than they should have, a 39% rise. But with this money, hospitals can't recruit more staff because it's only money for 3 years. So how that's going to help that problem, I'm not sure. So is it just a short-term fix? I mean, will this money go to the right elements of the A&E to fix it?
It's not strictly speaking money. There's extending hours of pharmacies being open, and the idea to take the pressure away from A&E and diverting it elsewhere. What do you make of this, Mike?
Well, it's also not new money. So what we're talking about here is that David Cameron has spent more money on NHS than any other government before. That is true, £1 billion. He's also making the NHS make efficiency savings of £20 billion. So it's a fifth of that money that is going to be redistributed. And what he's done is take a bit of it and use it for A&E. The problem at the moment is that the reason people are going to A&E, the number is doubled in 10 years, is because they no longer have confidence in the out-of-hours services provided by GP.
We just can't get
clear. Which in fact, I mean, Tony Blair spent plenty of money on the NHS, but what he did was put it in the pockets of doctors rather than on frontline care.